Good morning, fellow Kenyans, or good afternoon, as the case may be. My name is Victor Warui. I'm a citizen of Kenya, domiciled in this country for the last 47 years. And I sat down with a few of my friends and we decided that there is a problem with how our Kenyans are perceiving the BBI report. One thing over the years I've learned is that most of our Kenyans don't like reading anything. For one, I have read the Bible, and the Bible is a very good document, a document that can help you move away from some of the evils that are happening in the world. A wonderful document. But people don't take time to read that document. They'll prefer to listen to what others have to say about that document, and sometimes it can be to your detriment. Now, with that attitude we Kenyans have, I sat down with a few of my friends and decided that we are going to demystify the BBI agenda. Personally, I've read it more than 6 times. And from the beauty of it, today I'll preserve my opinion, but I'd like to read it to you on an as-is basis. We do an analysis of it, and then you decide as a Kenyan whether this document is good or not. I will give you my opinion later, but for the time being, I want us to go together. So before we start, I would like us to have a word of prayer so that Mungu awe nasi. Baba, katika jina la Yesu, sifa na utukufu ni zako. Tunakuenzi, tunakuabudu na tunakusifu. Ni siku hii ambayo tumekuja Baba tukitaka Wakenya wetu waweze kuelewa kile ambacho kimeandikwa katika document hii ya BBI. Na waleta wote mbele yako Jehova, wale wote watasikiza ujumbe huu, ili waweze kuamua yale ambao wanataka kuamua, na pia utusaidie katika nchi hii ya Kenya tuweze kukubali ama kukataa document hii kulingana na mapenzi yako. Nipe nguvu ya kuweza kueleza Wakenya wenzangu umuhimu wa document hii. Haya yote naomba katika jina la Yesu Kristo mkombozi wetu. Amen. Now, a few days ago, today being Saturday, what is the day today? Today is Saturday 20th, the year 2021. What month is it? February. The country is grappling with this document. If you look at our television, you'll see that this document has been passed in Nyanza and only a few parts of this country. But most regions in Central Province and Ukambani and Embu and Meru, this document has not been passed, or it seems to me like nothing is happening on the ground. So this is an opportunity to explain it to our Kenyans, so that in my capacity as a citizen of Kenya, I've just taken this initiative on my own with the advice of a few of my friends, so that we make sure that they understand that which they want to pass. So the document is here. Okay, this is a document that the government gave to the people to read, and I decided to compare that which wants to be amended in relation to the Constitution 2010. Okay? So I'll read it as is, but allow me to always at times interject the BBI, comparing it with the Constitution 2010. Okay? Wonderful. So I'll read it as it is. BBI Bridging Bridges Initiative, Kenya Moja. Summary of the Constitution Amendment Bill 2020 and the proposed BBI legislative bills. The Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. An act to amend the Constitution by popular initiative. The object of this bill is to amend the Constitution of Kenya to address issues arising from its implementation, including the need to A. Resolve issues of divisive elections arising from electoral processes. B. Strengthen the structure of devolution and increase resource allocation to the counties. C. Strengthen and harmonize specified roles and functions of the bicameral legislature. And D. Implement economic and social rights under Article 43 of the Constitution. Now, Article 43 of the Constitution in part says, of the Constitution provides that every person has the right to the highest attainable health standards, which include the right to health care services, including reproductive health care. B. Also provides that a person shall not be denied emergency medical treatment. Now, that is what I've just given you a little bit of what Article 43 says. But Part D says, implement economic and social rights under Article 3 of the Constitution. Okay? So if I were you, I will go read the whole of Article 43 and then understand what it is that wants to be implemented. E. Strengthen the national ethos. So E. Strengthen the national ethos by specifying the responsibility of citizens. And F. Promote inclusivity and gender equity in governance. Now, the proposed constitution reforms originate from the views of citizens expressed through the Building Bridges Initiative, the BBI. Through the BBI, citizens from all corners of the country shared their concerns and views on issues ranging from their responsibilities and rights, national ethos and responsible citizenship, corruption, productivity and shared prosperity, devolution, divisive elections, ethnic antagonism, inclusivity and security, among others. The bill focuses on these issues with an objective of promoting a cohesive society and to further the ideals of a united, prosperous, and just nation. Proposed constitutional changes. Regional integration and cohesion. This is a new article according to the BBI. New Article 10A. The Constitution to enable regional and continental integration as integral for attaining development, prosperity, and prosperity for all Kenyans. Economy and shared prosperity. New Article 11A. This is a new article according to the BBI. The new article seeks to anchor in the Constitution the aspirations of a new economic model based on value creation that provides equitable opportunity for all people, promote industrialization, and support small and micro enterprises. Responsibilities of a citizen. This is a new article according to the BBI. New Article 18A. The BBI proposes to insert a new article into the Constitution to inculcate virtues and engender the principles of national ethos, comprising of the spirit of oneness, honesty, and integrity to set out moral principles to be adhered to by every citizen. The responsibilities include the duty to promote harmonious living with other citizens, to pay taxes and contribute to national development, among others. Okay? So now we start with the amendments. First of all, in my presentation, you will notice that I will be reading what Constitution 2010 says, and then I will add the amendment that the BBI proposes. So we'll start with Article 31 of the Constitution 2010, which says, in part, the right to privacy set out in Article 31 may be limited in respect of a person suspected to have committed an offense to the extent that subject to Section 42. The privacy of a person's communication may be investigated, monitored, or otherwise interfered with. Now, that is Constitution 2010. Listen to what BBI says. Data protection. Amendment Article 31. Among rights to privacy provided in the Constitution, the BBI adds the right to have citizens' personal data protected from infringement. Okay? Are we through there? Number 2, leadership and integrity. That is going to amend Article 80 of the Constitution. BBI proposes it will insert new paragraph providing for the effective and expeditious investigation, protection, and trial of cases involving leadership. The old Constitution 2010 says in Article 82, the current Constitution provides that all Kenyans are entitled to fundamental rights and freedoms, whatever their sex, and prohibits laws that discriminate on the basis of sex. However, Article 82(4) exempts certain laws from prohibition against discrimination. Now, the third amendment, Amendment Article 82, is a 2/3 gender rule in party list. The amendment provides for Parliament to enact legislation imposing sanctions on a political party that fails to ensure that the party list of nominated candidates comply with the principles that not more than 1/3 are of the same gender. Okay. Article 87 of Constitution 2010 is on electoral disputes. Part 1 of that article says, Parliament shall enact legislation to establish mechanism for timely settling of electoral disputes. This is the BBI recommendation. Electoral disputes. BBI amends Article 87. Amends where the Constitution says that Parliament shall enact legislation to establish mechanisms for timely settling of electoral disputes. Adds that such legislation will apply also to disputes arising from nomination of candidates by a political party. Okay, so we are moving on. Okay, let's go to Article 88. Article 88 is on the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. What does BBI want to amend? BBI amendment adds Amendment adds electronic media as one of the means of issuing services through which an election petition can be served. IEBC amends Article 88. The Constitution specifies that people who are not eligible for appointment as members of IEBC include those who have at one time held office or stood for election as MP or MCA. To this list, now according to BBI, the election adds those who have held office or stood for election as president, deputy president, county governor, or deputy county governor. The amendment clarifies that IEBC has the responsibility of ensuring that no more than 2/3 of the party's candidates are of the same gender. Okay? I want to leave it to you to decide whether this is a good document or not. The other articles to be amended, Article 89, is on the delimitation of electoral units. BBI proposes creation of new constituencies. It will amend Article 89. Constitution is amended to increase number of constituencies from 290 to 360. Towards the end, I will read the additions. Remember this part, then I will read all the constituencies that are going to be increased in relation to BBI. Article 90 is on the allocation of party list seats. BBI amends Article 90. Special seats in the National and County Assemblies. The proposed amendments provide that candidates to be nominated from a party list of seats in the National Assembly and County Assemblies shall be allotted on the basis of the total votes received by their political party, as opposed to the current practice where such allocation is based on seats won by a political party. The amendment seeks to promote the principle of equality of the vote and entrench ideals of a transparent electoral process. Okay? So Article 96, which is the other amendment, is on the role of Senate. So BBI proposes Senate oversight over county revenue. It amends Article 96. The amendment expands the Senate's mandate to oversight not just national revenue allocated to county governments, received by county governments, and their expenditure as well. Okay? Article 97 is on the membership of the National Assembly. So what does BBI want to amend? National Assembly composition. BBI amends Article 97. Amendment proposing National Assembly membership to comprise 1. 360 elected members from single-member constituencies. 2. 4 PWD representatives, 2 men and 2 women. 3. 2 youth representatives, 1 man and 1 woman. 4. Number of special seats members necessary to ensure the 2/3 principle is adhered to. 5. The Speaker as an ex officio member. 6. The Leader of official opposition. 7. The Attorney General as an ex officio member. 8. The Cabinet Ministers who are not elected MPs as ex officio members. In filling of the special top-up seats, it is provided that a first priority in the nomination shall be given to candidates who contested for a constituency seat and were not elected. The affirmative action for top-up will only last for 15 years. Okay? So we move to the other amendment. Article 98 is the membership of the Senate. That is what Constitution 2010 talks about. So the amendment, according to BBI, Senate composition, Amendment Article 98, amends the Constitution to increase the number of senators from 47 members, with 1 representing each county, to 94 senators. Each county will be represented by 2 senators, 1 woman and 1 man. Leader of, I think I'm through with that one, Leader of official opposition. BBI has issued a new article there, Article 107A, creates the position of Leader of official opposition. He or she shall be the person, 1, who received the second greatest number of votes in a presidential election? And two, whose political